Woo, woo, woo. Welcome to the Shine Your Light podcast. Y'all, I am so excited to be here with y'all today. We have a special episode for y'all. We're going to be talking about dating today, and I got some singles to my left and my right. And we're going to be talking about how to date properly. We may speak about some of our experiences. We may speak about a couple things today. So I hope y'all tune in and be a part of the conversation. So, first and foremost, we have Mr. Johnny. Whoop, whoop. Where the hand claps, Jesus?
Regular guy.
What do you do, Johnny?
What I do, like professionally?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't got no. I'm a financial advisor.
Financial advisor.
So
So
I
you're the
do,
person we need to call when we, need assistance with investing and managing our finances. Okay.
I try to lead by example and help, clear up some of the fog that's out there. That's it.
Love it.
I just want to educate people and hopefully they make good decisions.
And you're going to do that today on the Shine Your Light podcast. So thank you
Okay,
for
all right,
being
there
here.
we
Because I definitely need to get educated. I'm still.
Me too. We all in the
are,
same
so
boat. We all in the same boat.
It's a constant learning process, a constant evolution. But I don't know. I learned some things and I just want to share it with other people.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love that. And a lot of times that's why we make these connections with people. People don't realize that, but somebody probably has what you need. Sometimes that's why it's good to get out and meet new people and make new connections. And last but not least, for the first time on the Shine Your Light podcast, we have one of my best friends known for over 15 years. She is a teacher by day, your favorite bartender at night. We got Miss Mikki in the building. Thank you for being here, my love. I appreciate you. You're one of the most intelligent women that I know with one of the purest hearts. So I'm just so thankful that you're here. And I need you to come on many more shows. Okay?
And I will. And I am honored to be here.
I love it.
My voice probably go in and out from yelling at kids.
You good. You good.
But other than that, my name is Marquetta, but they call me Mikki. Like she said, I'm a teacher in the day, full-time student also, and I bartend as well. If y'all don't know it's the voice, feel free to come down on Tuesday. 50 cent whole wings.
Fun time.
I didn't know that's a good deal.
Yes, and it's really good too. And y'all, we need to, socializing should be a part of our lives and our just our overall well-being. Mikki is somebody that definitely gets me out of my shell. Johnny gets me outside because I like to be at the house.
Me too. I get it.
I remember one of the first things you said on the last podcast that me and you were on was, in order for me to meet that special person, girl, you got to go outside.
Yeah.
Unless he the mailman that's gonna be knocking on the door.
Yeah.
They don't even knock
Which
no
is an
more.
option. Right, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Drop it off and keep it.
There you go. So today, y'all, and our wonderful producer, really quick, Tone, he will be a part of the conversation as well. So I'm really, really excited for him to answer some of these questions. He's the owner of the TDR Network. He's just amazing, y'all.
He's the man.
Great. He got a great heart. He has such a pure spirit. So what we're going to be doing today, guys, we are going to be just pulling the card. All right. Myself and Mikki actually came up with a couple of these, with these questions. And I just want the person that pulls the card to answer the question first. And then I would like to hear from everyone else their opinion on that particular topic. Super easy peasy, not too difficult.
Feel free to ask any questions online or on live.
Thank you, Mikki.
Thank you guys for joining in.
Yes, and y'all can answer the question as well. And we will certainly read what y'all answers are as well, and they can help me with that. All right, so who will be? I would like Tone to be the first to pull the card, but Jesus, what do you got? But who will be the first to pull the card?
Should we do ladies first?
Oh,
Always.
there we
There
go.
we go. We're gonna start off positive and how
I
things
tried
supposed
to make
be
it
done
unisex,
correctly.
y'all. And hopefully you can read the writing. Hopefully you can read the writing. My,
Okay.
my teacher complimented me on my writing, my penmanship when I was in 5th grade.
Mhm.
And it
Yeah,
never
I've
changed.
never gotten
It
that
hasn't
compliment.
changed.
So
But mine
Mind you.
hasn't changed since 5th grade.
It was
You
good,
do have
man.
some good handwriting, good
Okay.
penmanship.
Okay.
So the first question we have
First
today:
question.
do you believe a couple dating has to go through a traumatic experience together to
Solidify the
There you go.
relationship. I know it's my penmanship.
I know it's okay. No, I started erasing a little bit. That's
Oh, yeah,
okay.
smudging. There we go.
Smudging, yeah.
So, guys, do you believe a couple that is currently dating, do you believe that they have to go through like a traumatic experience together in order to really solidify the relationship? The reason I wrote that question is, and Mikki, we talked about this.
Mhm.
A lot of people think they have to like
They gotta go through something, yeah.
Trauma bond. Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's sad though because people feel like you have to when you meet somebody, you got to show me you want to be with me. But I thought showing you in a loving way, in a caring way, is wanting to be with you, not going through something negative, showing that I want to be with you. I don't understand it, but a lot of people have that mentality, you know. So and that's damaging the relationship before it even starts.
Mm, that's true.
Yeah, no
Mhm.
notes. I agree because it's my turn.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
okay,
ahead.
all right.
Oh, no, this is the free table. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I get why some people feel like that. You know, like they always like, well, if it gets tough, will you leave? But I think that's especially if everybody has left when things got tough.
Right.
So in their mind, they're like, I'm gonna test this. Right.
Right.
So that's gotta you must pass this test before we can progress. I defer to what you said. Honestly, I don't. I hope we never go through any trauma.
Right.
I don't want to. I don't want to come in here and make your life harder. I don't want you to come in here and make mine harder.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see why some people might go through that, especially if they've never had different examples or better examples.
Mm-hmm.
They're just gonna be like, well, if I had to walk through this fire, you gotta. If you want to be with me, you gotta walk with me.
Right.
I'll be like, put the fire out.
Right.
Ooh,
That's
I
how
like
go.
that.
Like,
Put the fire out.
Mhm.
Put the fire out. What you doing over here with the lighter fluid? I don't understand.
Right,
I
right.
smothered this fire already. I put this out. Why you keep restarting and stuff like that?
But I feel like people have to deal with issues before trying to deal with something else.
Mm.
You know, if you feel like that's how you feel when you going into something, that's a you problem. You know, and we all got to take that walk in the park alone to really figure out who we are and love ourselves first. Because sometimes it ain't what we got. We should trying to put that person through. The thing is, though, we don't know how to understand who we are. We don't know how to learn who we are, love who we are, so that whatever that was, I don't forget about whatever happened in the past.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm bringing to the table is all pure, all love, all positivity. You don't have to go through nothing with me because if you start showing me you love me, I understand that you're going to be here if something go wrong.
That
You know,
part.
so
Hold on.
and a lot of people need to understand that for real, that we don't need to go through things to love somebody. It's okay to love. It's okay to show people to love. Like you don't have to only be private to love somebody. You could be publicly loved, but you gotta love yourself first.
Amen.
You gotta love you. Know who you are and what you want so that the right thing can come in your life.
Amen. Hold on 1 second now.
I always thought like I look at some of my friends sometimes like that's weird, bro. Why are you playing games? Why are you like I have a friend. He's like, man, she always going through my phone. I'll be like, okay, and I get it. Maybe she has been through some stuff in the past, but y'all need to reconcile that. You need to work that out, and then also don't make her feel like she got to go through your phone. There's a it's a two-way street.
There you go.
And I know you can do everything right,
Jesus.
and if their perception is you still wrong, you can't change that. You can't do nothing about that. But all you can do is just be like, look, I'm the same guy. I told her, I'm the same nigga you met last year, and the year before that, and the year before that, I ain't changed. So, hopefully they just see that you have it.
I love that. I'm trying to not clap all day, y'all. But there is a reason why I asked these two people to be up here with me my personal opinion, someone that has that mindset, to me, it just sounds like a manipulation tactic, especially if the hard times, or the trauma, if you will, is coming from you. You know what I'm saying? If you're the source of that. Right. And so you did this, you did that, and you want me to stick with you through this, something that you presented to me, that's a manipulation topic. And that would be a no for me. Like Mikki said, if I'm presenting you with pure love, then that should be evidence enough to know if we go through something together, that we'll get through it together. So I love that you said that. Build a good, strong foundation, y'all, and take the cloak off of the enemy and see it for what it truly is.
And leave it where you need it.
Yes. Because whatever they're bringing and presenting to you in your life, they're going to continue to do that. Some of these men, I'm going to just say it, especially when a woman has a relationship with God, and I've seen it myself, they feel like regardless of anything, regardless of what they do, that woman is not going to leave them.
Right.
That's wild.
It is wild.
It's
crazy because I'm the first to
go. Right.
I'm the first to go. I'm not married. I'm single. I'm the first to go.
And when you know your worth,
there you go.
When you know your worth, that's the key part of it all. Knowing your worth. Yes, Lord. You're not going to allow nothing, anything, no situation, nobody, period, to come and disrupt what you've been building so hard throughout your life. Because me growing up, I have to learn everything the hard way. It wasn't nobody coming to tell me like, be with somebody who treats you right, or these are the signs of toxic or whatever. I had to go through it. Right. The more I went through it, I ain't gonna say the easier it became for me to let go if it ain't right for me, but it have. So if I feel like I see the signs, you can love me all day. I can love you all day. But if you ain't presenting the things that we both agreed upon, or the things that you told me that you were going to be held accountable for, I'm going to leave you. Ain't no point in allowing you to hurt me. Right. And I never gave you no reason to be like, it don't make no sense. Honestly. It don't. So.
And honestly, if you stay and it's been repetitive, it really is kind of your fault.
Yeah, at this point.
Because you're allowing that abuse. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, Mikki. It's, again, so powerful, Queen, because just because we wasn't raised a certain way, we didn't have it growing up, right? As we grow and we learn, it does, my personal opinion, it does become our responsibility to teach the ones around us. Yes.
Yeah. Remember I told you that. Remember I had that conversation. We were chose to fight this fight.
That part.
Only because we have this mentality and this pure heart to give other women the knowledge if they want.
Right.
But I believe I go through certain things, like, because I got a daughter. Right. And I'm going to make sure that every step in her life, as long as I'm here.
Shout out to Baby Down. Hey, girl.
Right. Everybody know Baby Down.
Yes.
But having a daughter really opened my eyes to, I can't accept nothing.
Yes.
That they don't feed our purpose as me want to build a family.
Right.
And it don't matter, like I said, it don't matter who you are, how you look, what you got. You gotta love who you are first. We want to accept anything.
That part.
But I told her like she chosen for this. This is your thing. So keep on going. I love it.
We going together. Hold on. We're going together, Jesus. I do want to ask you a question as a man before we pull the next card, because you mentioned what your guy did and how it didn't really make sense to you. As a grown man, right, around other grown men, do you feel comfortable kind of not calling them out?
No, I do that.
You do?
That's
okay.
Listen,
we need people like that.
If you really my friend, for lack of I care. And so I'll be like, and anybody that's, if my friends watching this, they'll tell you, this nigga be on our ass.
I'll be never married, no kids.
Yeah, but I also feel like, as a man, I'm not saying birds of a feather flock together or whatever, but like to a certain standard, I can't be your friend if I can't respect you.
Right.
So
that right there.
If you don't take care of your children, I can't. We could be in the same space,
Right.
I don't mess with you like that.
Right.
I might say, "What's up?" And if you like, "Hey, we finna get a drink. You want to get it?" Okay. But as far as like,
Kind of casual.
yeah,
Mhm.
very very casual too. Like
Right.
once we leave this place, I don't want to go to the next place you're going to. I don't
Right.
wanna, don't call me.
Right.
Don't inbox me. Don't invite me to y'all stuff. Like I don't mess with you like that. Like and all my friends, like if you in my circle for real, you earned your spot in my mind.
Right.
And you didn't have to earn it. You just had
Right.
to be you.
Right.
And I saw whether y'all wanted you in there.
And you deserve the respect because a lot of people you hear a lot of people saying I'm real or I'm 100, and you not though.
And you could be 100 garbage.
You could be right. Your 100, your perception of 100, yeah.
It's very different.
But life wise, you're not. And even you just keep saying that they need to work on themselves because no.
Because I know some people who be like, I'm a real nigga on this. I'll be like, yeah.
They're honest and toxic is what they are.
Yeah. Or honest, depending on who they're talking to.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like I've done a lot of business with a lot of people. Right. And if I know you shiesty, I don't want to mess with you like that. Like I don't want to do business with you. I don't care how much.
We just talked
like
about
I told,
this.
Yeah. And then that too, like I can't respect a man that takes from a woman as far as like you actually allow her to take care of you. Now, being a team or allowing you to be a man, like if you want to take care of one, but for a man to just take and purposely like this is what I'm doing, I don't have no respect. I don't respect. Like you got to earn your own money as a man, and people start. Okay, I don't care what the word going on. Right, a man's supposed to be held on a high pedestal. You the head. You supposed to be the person, the provider, all that. Then you got your wife, the person underneath, and your whole family. Why are some people don't even want to have that responsibility no more?
Oh yeah.
They want the woman to be here.
I mean,
then when a woman get there, now you start treating you like you the wife, but you got to take that.
I got a perspective on that. I think a lot of because it is hard to leave.
It is.
It's very much.
But you don't want to leave by yourself though. That's the thing. You know,
most people don't understand it.
Right.
People think, I'm H&IC.
Right.
So what I say goes. It's like no, this is a partnership. This is because I don't know everything.
Right.
I can't. I'm one dude. I don't have every answer. I don't have all the perspectives. I don't have all the knowledge in any situation. And the stuff I'm really good at, there's something I'm really bad at too, and that's your person is supposed to
balance that out.
You know what I'm
balance. There we go. That's the word we're looking for. Balance.
Yes.
When you dealing with someone, or you coming into a situation, it's supposed to bring balance to your life.
Exactly.
Peace, love. It's supposed to be balanced.
Right.
Not let's be toxic together. Like not let's go through some stuff first.
Like everybody's looking for we want to be a power couple.
Right.
They usually don't last.
They don't because you got two alter egos that's battling for the lead position. Right. Number one. But when you together, it really ain't no number one. It's just the man is on a higher pedestal because that's he's the one that go out there and he's the face and they see like we're not gonna do he's supposed to be protected. The person that and the woman come behind. It's a team.
It's so powerful that you just said that because people will respect that woman as much as they respect the man
there you go.
that she's in a relationship with. And honestly, vice versa too.
But it's both people's responsibility to make sure that happens too.
Yeah, It's a level of respect in that. Like you have to, and I really hate that people don't understand that. Like it's so many of us who's well into them high double digits and still don't know better.
35 and up and still don't know
better.
But we here to teach them.
I know a lot of 40-year-old fools. And I know some 50-year-old fools. I know some 20-year-old geniuses too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about because age is literally a number. Like I'll be like,
it's literally a number.
I'm 44. I'm like, okay, yeah, but you 15 up here, 10. Sometimes I'll be like, come on, man, you gotta do better than this. And then, but I truly hope my friends feet to the fire, and I expect them absolutely to do the same for me. Because if you don't, then are you my friend or are you just around? Because I feel like the whole iron sharpens iron thing, all that stuff. Like you need if nobody has a standard.
Standard.
It'll be ugly out here.
Yeah. And
then even having standard don't even mean like you better than anybody. Having standard meaning you know your worth.
Yes.
I know what I'm worth. I know I love hard.
And I know what I will
I
accept.
know if I allow you in my space, you already got the opportunity to take off. Like now it's up to you.
Right.
You in my space that I didn't even want you in anyway. I'm like, when you come in my space and then you show me something different,
it's a privilege. It's a privilege for them to be there. So,
and just as easy you think you got in my space, it'll be just as easy to get out.
Exactly.
And then I'm gonna heal that back up, and I'm gonna keep it moving. It is what it is. Like,
and that's why we allow that time to get to know people, because a lot of times people show us their representatives at first.
Oh,
right.
A lot. This is what people tell me all the time. LeChelle, you shouldn't, post the things that you like about a man, or talk about the things you like about a man, or the things you require in a relationship. You shouldn't talk about it on the podcast, because people gonna try to mimic that. Trust me when I tell you, you can only mimic it for a certain amount of time. And honestly, when people have spiritual gifts and they're a good judge of character, you can only fake for so long.
And I don't care what nobody say, right? You know when a person is genuine with you.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And then some people try to take that and use that weakness, for that kindness for weakness.
Right.
You
Instead
know
of
when somebody with you,
it and protecting it.
And then be looking stupid when you over there now. Like, come on now.
Right.
I tell people all the time, you can, because people do, the women, men, all that, they'll bring you the representative.
Yeah.
I still got eyes. And
ears, and ears,
and vibes, and all that. Like, and I'll be like, and I see how you were with her.
Right.
And then I also saw how you were.
And
with
not
him.
even that. I remember everything we talked about from the first time we met.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. So even if your attention wasn't what we, because everybody whoever I run into, I'll tell them what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So you won't even have no guessing, or I date for a purpose. I'm looking to get married.
Yes, Lord.
I put that on the table.
She's a wife.
There's no reason for you to bring nothing else and be like, oh, I ain't know, or I ain't think.
From, or,
right.
Why she sweating me?
So if this is what I'm telling you, I'm aiming for. I'm looking for to build a family, and that's not your attention. You should not damage that woman. You should move the fuck on.
Yes, that part.
Excuse my language.
That's all right. Go
but
ahead, girl. You
for
free.
Real.
You free.
Move on. Allow why that woman ain't got no feelings for you at that point.
Right.
Let her know. Listen, you're a beautiful woman. You're amazing. I'm not there yet. Hopefully in the future, if you're still free, if I'm ready.
I had that conversation last night.
And then keep doing you. Right. I had the conversation too. Like I literally just stopped dating somebody because I think he knew that I have feelings for him and I loved him. Right. You got every excuse in the world still not to do the right thing. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Then you want to bring up old past stuff and what this and that and all that, and you bartending. Listen, that's you problem.
Right.
I've been doing this for forever. I ain't changed who I am because of what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm taking care of me and my family.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
So before we pull the card, question. So how would you as a man deal with dating a woman that does get a lot of attention, or maybe her job is something like that, bartending or socializing a lot?
So
but wait. But before you answer that, right? Let me add
with
to
a woman
that.
that respects you.
But if you know, like you've seen how this woman works. You seen, first off, you knew I was mean. They always sound mean, but but you cool because I know how to be professional at a scene that you saw me in action because you barely could even talk to me anyway. Shut it down for the longest. So now answer the question.
So I truly don't have an issue with this.
Right.
Me.
Right.
Right.
Because I know that's an insecurity thing. That's nothing to do. Like I know what I really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I have no reservation or hold-ups about dating quote unquote popular woman because it doesn't. She's going to do what she wants to do regardless of what I say or how you can't be doing this. You can't just and the same
and
thing
vice
for
versa.
women. Yeah, like you're going to do what you want to do.
Right.
Like I tell, I got female friends. They're like, oh, I do this, I cook, I clean, I take care of the kid, I do all that, and he's still cheating. Yeah, that's on him.
Right.
That ain't on you.
Right. You was never a problem. He had the problem.
Yeah,
the only
and
issue
I don't care
is,
what
are
nobody
you
say.
Your problem is you staying.
I'm a firm
and did it happen, especially if it was repetitive? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a very firm believer in you train people how to treat you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right, wait, y'all. We got to pull the card now.
I love that.
Because we go.
No, let him finish.
Go ahead.
No, you got to train. And then I tell people that when you become with, well, not become, I'm sorry. When you and somebody decide to deal with each other, you're compromising with each other on how to treat each other.
Correct.
Regardless how I felt in my opinions, how I was when I was single,
Yeah.
now it has to change because now I'm trying to pursue something.
Right.
Ain't no still bringing no single life into something that you want to build.
Right.
You have to let that go at the door.
Right.
You know, so we're going to train each other how to treat each other because I love you enough. I love me enough, first off. But then I love you enough because I want you to be comfortable now. And I want you to make sure I'm comfortable so that we can live and grow together. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I believe you train people how to treat you. Because if I wrong you, and you say, it's okay, baby, I forgive you.
Right.
Somebody, usually you keep it, okay, I know I can get away with this.
Right.
All right. So if she gave me that inch, I can take a foot.
Take a whole.
I can take a yard. A yard, I can take a mile. Like it's like
a child.
It's wild. Yeah, it's really crazy.
What are we talking about?
Oh,
What I walked in on.
Fine.
I had to take care of some business real quick. I apologize.
I appreciate you, Tom.
I forgot I told somebody that they can come see me real quick about some business.
Now we got our 2 women and our 2 men, which is what I wanted.
So what was the question that was asked already?
Actually, we are just on pulling the card.
Right
Johnny.
Ooh, man, I gotta take the top off.
Johnny.
All right. Does a person's environment or friends dictate how you see them as a potential partner?
She a little bit too happy about this. She a little bit too happy.
No.
We had this conversation. So I came back at the right time. Okay.
And it just crazy. What time is it?
Yeah, y'all. So do their
What
friends
time?
2:33.
represent them? Does their environment, dictate the type of person that they are while dating?
This is wild that I pulled this card because I had this conversation at the barbershop today.
Your barbershop open? Hey, give me them numbers. I need a haircut real quick.
He opened for me. You gotta have an appointment. All right. So
we VIP
to a certain extent, yes. And the reason is because I have always been like, sometimes you look at some of my friends, you be like, that's oil and water. Right. How did that work out? But generally, this depends very much on this individual. Because if you're easily swayed and influenced by your environment or circle of friends to do things that go against your own power and path, then yes. But if you're the type of person who's like, all right, you can do you, but I'm going to do me, and we can still be cool.
Okay, good answer.
Because I've definitely been the whole, well, you hang out with them, so you just like him. It's like, no, I'm not. No. We're different men, but we have commonalities. We both like football and nachos. So I'll be eating nachos and watching football with him. Like, that's my friendship with this person. It's not like everything he does or believes in that I also do and believe in.
I agree with that.
You got some of the people that's like,
right,
my friend's doing this, so I'm going to do it. Peer pressure never worked on me, ever.
Right. It just got to be in you, not on you.
Yeah.
You got to be one of the people. Just have a strong will to not do what other people do or do what other people tell you to do, especially when you're grown.
And at the end of the day, you're going to do what you want. You're going to do what you want.
But when you're grown and you allow other negative, I can see if it's a positive thing. Like you going to church and now you want that influence and want to change your life. That's different than when you go out here and then you hang with your guys and they want to go sell drugs and rob people. And you're like, I want to go do that too. Right. Come on now.
You're just too easily swayed.
It's paths that we got to choose. And hopefully they choose the correct one. But Tone got to pull up the next one.
No. Tone has to
answer. Everybody got to answer.
Oh, I got to answer it? Okay.
The person that pulls the card answers first, and then I would like everyone else to.
Oh, so I got to put my 2 cents in?
Yes, please. Right. The environment or friends around.
What's the question again?
Does a person's environment or friends dictate how you see them as a potential partner?
Yes. Yes, you do. Because you judge, because you got to remember, this is how you see them as a potential partner, not how their actual behaviors are. Right. So who they be around, how their friends behave, how their things and how they handle situations, you're going to look at them and how their friends do it. Because we all know we have those good friends that at the end of the day, they're going to cover for us. So if you know you have a friend and Johnny's my best friend, and I can pick up the phone, I'm on the phone with Johnny, and you know for a fact that the way me and Johnny talk is kind of codish, you're going to be a little bit reluctant whenever something comes up with me and Johnny. Until you are actually around Johnny himself and see how Johnny is with his mate or anything like that. Also, when it comes to dating, especially when it comes to dating, we always have this phrase of birds of a feather. meaning that if Johnny ain't shit when he's always talking about women in different lights, you're gonna look at that person that you're trying to date, or in this case, let's say me, you're gonna look at me with that kind of same mentality until you see me correcting Johnny all the time. It was like, well, hoes gonna be hoes. Like, bro, not everybody a hoe. Chill out. You're gonna see how I handle the situation, because in the back of your head, when you're not around, what is Johnny saying about me, and how am I defending you? Am I actually agreeing with that? Am I bringing this to him? Like, how am I treating you when you're not around? Also, your environment. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When a man grows up in a manless environment, the way he treats women is a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a helicopter mom, or you come from an environment full of nothing but women, you're gonna care about women, but you're also going to expect women to cater to you a lot more. You don't know how to reciprocate the same love back to them. You're always going to be a give me kind of a guy. Same thing with women. If you grew up with a house full of women, the way all the women around you talk about their relationships, and if they only project the negativities from their relationship, you're automatically going to be standoffish from relationship yourself, because your first thought is, oh, well, they don't have successful relationships, so I'm not going to have a successful relationship. So I'm not even going to put myself in that position. There's a lot of people right now who have negative views about relationships due to what they see on social media. And because they're always on social media, that's their environment. And social media, unfortunately, is affecting their way that they're looking at dating. Even though that's not the same situation. I know for a fact that there's a young lady who goes online and she'll male bash all day while being up under the man of her dreams. Okay? While up under her man, being loved on correctly, and will sit online all day. These niggas ain't shit. Except mine. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it does play a factor.
Clap, clap, clap.
Stop touching my buttons. All right, it's my turn. All right, let's see what. She's not gonna answer. She's not gonna answer, dog.
I have a mix, with that one.
Come on, give it to us.
Ooh, this is an interesting one. This shouldn't be for me though, but this is interesting. All right. A lot of men are giving, I'll take what I can get. Is it the same for women?
Yeah, a lot of men are giving, I'll take what I can get. Meaning they're not picky. I call him Mr. Picky now, y'all. But meaning they're not picky, and they accept what is presented to them, by these women, instead of truly courting and going after a woman that they would commit to, and they would do the things that a man they would sacrifice for. So do you believe that women though are doing the same? Because that's what the majority of people would say. There are a lack of husbands. A lot of people would say there are a lack of husbands. So then we have these women out here, All
right, so before I answer that, let me correct that thought process. There are more men now who are actually fixing themselves, caring about themselves, putting themselves first, not taking just anything that's being offered out to them. Okay. There are a lot of men right now who would rather be alone than deal with what is being told to them as what should be your choice. There are a lot of men who are now following God's path instead of just accepting what's out in the streets. So even though you do often see a man say, well, I take what I can get, there are a lot more men that'll be like, look, I ain't got to take this. I ain't got to accept this. My woman needs to be A, B, C, D. And if you ain't those things, I'm good.
And that's how it should be. Those are the standards,
right?
Requirements.
Which is why I said that first before answering your question. The answer is both. There are more women now who are starting to see the value in themselves and who is refusing to dumb themselves down, especially in the Black community, who refuses to dumb themselves down just because they're single. They're not doing that anymore.
No more settling.
There are, and I hate to say this, there's no more settling. There's no more settling. There's a lot of strong Black women who are realizing that we don't have to be strong.
Yes, Lord.
And if we have to be strong, the question is why do I need you then? But I also have to say no, because there are also a lot of women out here who are pick me, see me, love me. I have all these qualities that you talking about that you're looking for in a woman. They're right here. Pick me. So there are two different sides to the same coin going on right now for both men and women. The choice is, do you want the strong black women who can handle everything so you can come in and take the strength off of her? Or do you want the pre-submissive woman already who's ready to do everything you need to do as long as you still lead? And a lot of women who are either one of those two, they're now questioning the man. If I give up my freedom to you, are you going to actually give me what you're claiming that you can do for me? Or are you just presenting a facade to get me into this space, only for me to find out you're just another mister who's living out in the country in the house and you need me to do everything for you?
I just said that. I was just saying that.
You know what I'm saying?
Hello, come on, Tom.
And that's why you give it time, guys. You just simply give it time. And you don't accept less than what you deserve, whether it's a man or a woman.
Right.
But you also have to understand what do you deserve.
Right.
But yes, you should know that first, like Mikki was talking about self-love. But see, with our men though, there's this thing called intimacy, right? I think they call it getting the draws. I'm pretty sure something like that. Right?
Intimacy and
So
getting the draws ain't the same thing, though.
Our men, unfortunately, entertain things that are less worthy of themselves, right? Unfortunately, it takes a very disciplined man to be in a position and deny those things, basically denying his flesh, right? And basically positioning himself for a woman that's going to match his fly, a woman that's going to be equally yoked. Right.
Let me ask you a question.
No, I am.
You don't answer this. Let me ask you. No. You know what? Johnny, you take this one.
Okay.
Just say you know what I do.
So I always say there's a few people that live up here, right? So there's Johnny.
Yes.
There's this other guy. Right? And he's loud sometimes, right? And then it's like it's the best thing, like you said, because sometimes you be like, I'm good, I'm chilling.
Nobody's perfect,
And she walk past. You be like, ooh. And then he be like, get up and go get that. Because I'm hungry and I want to eat. I be like, it's hard. It be hard sometimes. So it's definitely it's same thing for women.
I get that.
Yeah, yes.
But when I was 25,
right,
not 30.
And we've all, had certain experiences or went through certain seasons in our life, but those seasons were purpose for us to learn what we needed to learn from them, and then teach those around us, which is why we're at the table now.
Well, I gotta double back from a man's perspective. Another thing about us men that we're starting to notice is what we used to thrive for is no longer an issue with obtaining. Like we want certain women, and when we looked up and as we got older and we realized those women are easily accessible and those physical things are everywhere, we lose interest in those. And then once we lose interest in those, now it's, do we want to go with what's familiar or do we want to go with something that's a challenge? And in today's society, nobody wants a challenge anymore. Everybody wants everything easy. So why should I pursue this healthy, healed woman who's already got all these things that I need to make me a better person, when this big booty chick over here can let me slide after not even for that. Not even like, you can get it for free this day and age. You know what I'm saying? You get it. So why would I want to give up all that facade of happiness that comes to me easy than to work towards something that will give me longevity joy? See, a lot of times we confuse happiness with joy, and they're not the same thing. Happiness is temporary. Happiness is how you are in that moment. Is that emotion being satisfied. Joy is that overall feeling of how you feel about yourself and how you carry yourself.
It's about what feeds your spirit the most, your soul the
most.
What is it's a purpose within yourself.
But you also got to understand, people don't even know what they sold. So like they ain't got they sold. A lot of people sold they sold a long time ago. Long time ago. So they don't know what joy feels like. They just know what materialistic happiness is.
Right.
So
I don't like him like that, but he gonna buy me the bag. So let me go to lay with this man.
Exactly.
I'll be happy because I got the bag.
And this woman, I don't really care too much for her, but she feeds me and she fucks me good, so I'm gonna stay here.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a
Crazy
world.
Versus getting with a woman who's gonna level you up all around the board.
Because
you can level up as
you
well.
gotta be ready to be level up,
prepared
and
for it.
also you have to understand that there's a difference. There's a difference between conflict and creation. A lot of times women present a problem to a man, and that problem needs to be rectified because it makes the whole situation better. We look at it as an unnecessary conflict. So instead of us having proper communication with understanding, we tend to have conversation this day and age for just who's right in the situation. Like the fact that people talk right now, people argue back and forth about, can you build a house or can you cook and clean as requirements for a relationship, then you're going at the relationship completely wrong. I shouldn't care if you can cook or clean, because if I'm a single man living my life, I should already be cooking and cleaning my own house anyway.
Right.
So why would I want her to do that if it's something I already do? Now I need to know you do that, so I don't know we're coming into a messy situation. I don't want to come over by your house and your front room got clothes all over the place. Maybe that's not what I want, but we just look at things for the wrong reasons right now.
A lot of it is just
who's next.
I believe
These aren't working.
Probably because you unplugged
You
something.
unplugged it.
You don't need to touch it. You need to leave them buttons alone.
Oh no.
That's what it is. Leave them buttons alone.
Buttons today.
You probably will, knowing you.
Ooh. What is the biggest battle you have experienced in your life? And has it impacted your perception of dating? Ooh, okay. All right.
Talking to the mic.
Who wrote this?
Talking to the mic on this one.
Okay. 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, here we go.
Healing, y'all. Healing. Let me read it again.
Okay. What is the biggest battle you experienced in your life, and has it impacted your dating life? The biggest battle I've experienced is accepting that, me as a young girl, that my dad wasn't coming back.
He went to go get milk and never came back.
Yep. He went and got some milk, all right.
Oh my.
But me being the oldest out of 7 kids, I majority remember him.
Okay.
He was like a safe haven for me. We grew up in a poor neighborhood and all that stuff. And
Hey, I love my poor little neighborhood.
all right, but he left and didn't come back without a reason, or I'm leaving, I'm gone, I'm gonna go to the store, like nothing. And that was a big void in my life. As you say, people who you're around, like we grew up around people who didn't know how to be loved properly or know how to be in a relationship. They just dealt with whatever they had, But I chose not to be around that. I wanted to figure out and learn how to not only love me, and if I wanted to be in a relationship, how can I love another person? Then I started having my kids, and that helped me a lot. So I didn't allow that void impact my dating life. I probably wasn't learned how to love, but I've learned how to love. Like, I wasn't taught, but I've learned how to love. And like you say, you got to go through what you went through in your past to have a more successful future.
Would you say it makes you appreciate love more?
It do.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Have you had a chance to speak to your dad since he left?
I have.
Did he give you a reason?
No.
Did you ask him?
I did.
Okay.
He ain't had no reason. Right.
Did you talk to your moms?
I have.
And what was her?
So my thing with them, they didn't know no better. So it was nothing that I can ask them that they can really give me a proper answer to anyway. And I've learned to accept that. And instead of resenting my mom, I learned how to love her more, because she didn't know how to love, nor did she have somebody to love her.
Okay.
How she's supposed to be loved.
Right.
Now she found her way to God, and she lived right down the street from her church in Chicago. I'm making my business to make sure she okay every day. Make sure she, whatever you need. If I ain't got it, I'm gonna go get it. And like you said, if a man wants to be in my space, he got to come and want to take that masculine, the word I'm trying to say, right, masculine, of what I have to do within my life. Right. So if I'm doing this already and you can't come and do that, because I'm gonna give what I got. 100%.
He
But
always does. I can contest
always.
to that. Yes.
So there's no excuse for nobody grown. It's either in you or on you. You either want it or you don't.
And I hate to say that time frame when we were kids,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of our parents, they were all seeing that. They were all doing a lot of the majority.
Mm-hmm.
Families were breaking up at that time.
There's a lot.
So
Yeah,
they
there was a lot
had
going on.
it.
Business was
Exactly.
closing down in Chicago.
The
Right.
80s, the 80s was a wild place.
It was a wild.
The 80s was a wild
Especially
place.
coming from Chicago when everything it was crazy.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It was a lot going on.
Survival mode. They were in
Everybody in survival mode.
And that's why I asked those two questions to you, is because I kind of was the same way with my own dad. My dad kind of left me at the wayside and basically raised my brother and my sister, even though we are all still in the same city. Like I wasn't unobtainable. But it wasn't until I got older, and I never really had the conversation with him about it because he was actually scared to talk to me about that particular situation. Anytime anybody had ever asked him why he wasn't there when it came to me, he always said that my mom said that she got it. And then I had to go back and I had to look at the world from his perspective. And then as I got older and I started dealing with my own childhood traumas and having conversations with my mom, I also started figuring out some things myself. Whereas my dad was 19 years old with 2 newborn kids from 2 different women at the same time.
Lost it.
Like not even looking at the fact that, okay, you made these 2 kids, you got to take care of them. It's like, no, you're 19. Like you just graduated high school like a week ago. And you have 2 women who was on you about being a dad. That can be so very overwhelming. So when one woman who comes from a household with 3 brothers, a dad that's heavily involved in regards to it, and a very strong black mama, because my mama was always a strong black mama, it does look easier. Like, okay, he will be fine because this is a healthy, nurturing family over here who is going to be there for him no matter what. Meanwhile, my sister's mom was just her. So I could understand him choosing one over the other. And I also know my mom too. I know my mom made it difficult for him because even though you're choosing this woman and you got 2 kids to take care of, unfortunately, in today's society, some women, if you didn't choose me as the woman for your life, I'm going to make the rest of your life a little bit difficult. There are some women out there that did that. And unfortunately, in the early years, my mom was one of those women. So it made it difficult for him to try to do what little he could do at 19. I think that's the part that a lot of people forget. Like at 19, he's still a child himself. And he's always been a hardworking man, 2, 3 jobs at one time because of course he has multiple. But then as I got older, I also started realizing the dynamic of all of their relationships too. There was a relationship that should never have been to begin with, and unfortunately, a kid came out of it. So if you're looking at today's society and how we often and not see a lot of women who have kids with a man who they never should have laid down with, that's nothing new. That's been going on for years. Yeah. So you're forcing this man to be responsible. And unfortunately, because my sister's mom brought the system into the equation, it made it more difficult for him. So when it came time for the system to be added on my behalf, well, I was second and third in line. So the system didn't work for me like it would have worked for my sister or for my brother because I was the third option because my mom was a strong black woman and she didn't need nobody. Right. So when it was time for us to use the system was like, this is all we can get. And now it makes her even more upset because, well, you can't help financially. And since you didn't want to be with me, I don't need you for any other reason. So now my childhood got affected by a poor decision because people's emotions got put in place that didn't need to be put in place in the beginning. The child wasn't put first. Now, I did end up having a stepdad in the situation, but that's a whole nother conversation that it's a problem within itself because while you're over here being a great dad to me, you got 5 daughters that you're not being a great dad to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I'm getting a better life now because I do have a male role model, but here's 5 women who are missing their dad. And that's important too. So it's a cycle where we need to just look back and look at our parents, and the things that they did wasn't always right, but
that's all they had.
That's all they had a choice to do.
Yeah.
They had no choice but to
Correct.
do what they had a choice to do. And while we're sitting here blaming our parents for not being there, it's like, well, let's put you in the same shoe, you know. And unfortunately, a lot of men are still doing some of the things that the men in my life did, and I choose not to try to do that as much as possible. So yeah,
positive co-parenting is so important, y'all.
So very
Put
important.
the children
Not
first.
even only
Get
that.
out your feelings.
And we need to really minimize even having kids without even talking about marriage.
Well, you got to understand, a marriage is, that goes back to our question earlier. Marriage is not important to too many people right now because social media makes it seem as if even being in a relationship, most people wonder when it's going to end more so than working towards making it last. They're prepared to have one foot out the door before they've even given themselves into it. So they try to get as much out the relationship as possible. That's why, right, they want everything up front. That's why so many people want you to be the perfect little package at the dating phase before they even put forth the effort into you, when a lot of things that make a relationship a great relationship, you're supposed to learn and develop over time. You just don't do it right away. Right. You're supposed to have the pieces of a potential of a great relationship, but you got to nurture it and do it yourself. And a lot of people are not doing that. They want ready-made food right here and there. Now they don't want to go out and grow it. Right. Microwave generation.
I gotta answer one of those questions.
Shit, I'm sorry, my bad, bro.
No, you good.
I had to make up for the time I missed.
You definitely did that.
So for me, I ain't gonna lie. My biggest thing in life that affected my relationships, I created that situation myself. So for me, I have a lot of trust issues with women, and not from like they wrong me. It's just
of what you've seen.
Yeah, I'll be like I've been in a bed with a woman who was married. She's on the phone.
Now I understand.
But you gotta admit though, right? So you got trust issues with a woman, but she puts herself too.
He has trust issues from being the other woman, for being the other man in this situation.
Right. And I'll be like, she can do it. But you see what I'm saying though? Like you can't create a trust issue with women when you that selfish the problem too.
Well, take this in consideration. His trust, and I don't want to speak for you, but this is just my interpretation. Right, when you're the other person and you're seeing how easy it is for that person to lie, manipulate, bend the truth, do everything in their powers to make this situation manageable and keeping the other person blind, as much as you want to give your all to whoever you're with, in the back of your head, you seen them be able to manipulate the situation and leave this, in his case, this other guy blind. Like he's at work thinking he has the greatest wife in the world and the most lovingest woman, and he'll do anything. He'll scorch the earth for her. Meanwhile, she's giving away the family jewels for free. And then making you feel I ain't want to put that in there. No. But then making you feel like you're the greatest husband in the world. You know what I'm saying? So him being the person who's seen that or heard that or interpreted that, I can understand why he has trust issues, because if he goes out and he finds a woman, he's like, this is the woman of my dreams, but I've also seen y'all do this in the past. So even though you may be perfect for me and I'm doing everything possible to make you feel like you belong here, you may be over here doing this because just that little bit of time it took for me to go over by Mary Sue's house and crack her like a taco is just as long as it takes for me to go to work that day.
But my question to that though, right? I understand that. You know, I totally agree. But why be a prop? Like, okay, let me give you an example. I know I want to get married one day. I could care less.
Can I ask you a question before you go further? How old are you?
35.
Okay.
So I want to get married one day. I know how our brains work. You know, if we create a problem too, we're the reason. We're the problem too. I'm not gonna go sleep with a man I don't even know what he do. If I don't go over there and do it, it don't even matter because I don't know what he do. So I'm not gonna create that trust issue within myself and go sleep with a married man. So now I got that in the back of my head, knowing I want to get married one day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
There's people out there, true, but not everybody like that.
But taking consideration, you may be ready to be married now. Mm-hmm. But at the age of 21, 22, marriage may not have been anywhere close to your mindset. But at the age of 21, 22, you're just out here having fun. Mm-hmm. Or you may meet this guy, and this guy is everything under the sun, but he's kind of still in a relationship, but that relationship is over there. And at that point in time, it's convenient for your life or your schedule. You may be in school, you may be working a job, you may not have all the time and the energy to do the proper courting and dating and devote yourself to a full relationship, but he is willing to fit in your life based on what little bit of energy that you can give him, and he's okay. You're more of a good woman right now, but during that age, there's a lot of people who that works for them. They think like that. That's cool. I just need someone who I know I can trust, who can consistently come over here, spend a little time with me here and there in between classes, crack me like a taco here and there, and put a little bit on my books. If you can check these 3 boxes off, we locked in, and I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. And they'll be okay with doing that, knowing that this individual during those times that they don't have time for them could have a whole nother situation or two going on. As long as we're safe with what we're doing and you keep feeding my immediate needs, a lot of people are okay with those situations. But then when they stop, so then they get tired of those situations and they now want their own thing. So they cut this off, but they don't forget how easy it was for them to have this situation. Mm-hmm. So even though they were benefiting from that situation, now that they want the relationship, now they want to be the person in the relationship, they have trust issues with that man. This man ain't did nothing to her to make her feel this way, but because when she was 21 to 23, she was that other woman. So she still views that other woman could be lurking as her karma, her get back, her ease. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women won't commit to a situation knowing what they've done in their past. Okay. And especially if it's a good guy who's a busy. A lot of women love a hardworking man. They hate a busy man. Okay. They hate a busy man. Mm-hmm. Because that busy man may not be busy in regards to making money. That man could be busy in regards to other situations, and you can't control the narrative of why that's being busy. So therefore, your insecurities can't get corrected. Mm-hmm. Like I run a business and I work a 9 to 5. So if I'm here, you don't know what's going on here. If the camera doesn't cut on and you don't see somebody on the show, you don't know what's going on that hour or two before that camera came on. So that's where your insecurity, you're right. That's where your insecurities can check in at in regards to, you just know I'm at the studio, but you don't know what the studio is. Diddy ruined it for all of us. Okay. So you don't know what's going on in the studio, but I'm just saying, so you kind of can't truly say that, even though you put yourself in that situation and you created your insecurity or your trust issues, that it's not a legitimate issue. That's what I'm saying.
And I went to therapy. Right. I worked out a lot of that stuff.
Right.
But I'm
That's
saying,
good.
I know it's definitely for a good span of my life. I'm 38. For at least a third of my life, that. Mm-hmm. I'm good, baby.
Perfect.
Good love and joy.
Just to reiterate the lesson that was learned in that. Be careful what you do. You know, you think you're just out here having fun. You think you're just out here having a good time. You think that you're not in a position to be hurt because that's not your man or your woman. Mm-hmm. But again, take the cloak off of the enemy. You're hurting yourself and you don't even realize that you are until it's your time to be in a relationship. Every seed that you sow in this world and in this universe is going to grow and
that's all I meant. That's all I meant as far as like, I done been cheated on before. I done been through it all. But my thing is though, right, I'm not going to allow that to create any insecurities or anything within myself because I know who I am. Nor am I going to go out into the world and be doing these things just because I'm single, knowing that one day I want to get married. So I just stay away from certain things. Stop certain people, certain things I just don't do. because I'm cool on that. I want to have
Yeah,
a
now
healthy.
you could.
I want to have a healthy relationship with myself first, and then whatever comes after that.
And the man that you're supposed to be with is not going to feed those insecurities. They're going
Right.
to cover them and extinguish them if they're even there.
Because some of us already know what type of person we dealing with. We just choose to keep dealing with it. So that person, that woman, he probably are new type of woman. Like they said, they can't change a hoe to a housewife. She probably was a hoe anyway. But
I mean, technically, you can change a hoe.
I mean,
to a
you can.
housewife.
I'm just saying, but you
I've
can't be
seen
mad that she getting cracked at home, and you know she was doing this all along.
Well,
I'm just saying.
true, but at the same time, I think those scenarios, and he can correct me if I'm right. Those situations because the communication with comprehension left the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guarantee you, before Johnny had even had the opportunity to become into the situation, he stopped listening to her and what she wanted and what she needed to make the situation better. So when the communication left with comprehension, I keep emphasizing with comprehension because a lot of times we say communication is the key. No, comprehension is the key. Okay. Comprehension is the key. So once that comprehension leaves the conversation and there's no effort to try to better it, then those situations happen because in this case, Johnny listened. Johnny heard what the issue was. Johnny was like,
Johnny did.
will you stop getting on my boy like that?
He listening with both ears, huh?
I'm just saying based on he was younger back then like that. You can't hold.
You gotta remember a lot of the time when we were younger,
right? You was
younger.
younger.
Younger days, you can't too much put a lot on yourself because of what you did when you were younger. We all
Right.
kids.
Yeah, my perspective was terrible.
It's about
Younger
it's
back
about
then.
right. Like that goes back to us learning. You know what I'm saying?
She made him feel like a natural man.
To teach us, like you're gonna be this age, you're gonna go through this, and that's just life. But when you get this age, you know, right?
Yeah, that's why I was able to go get the proper help I needed.
Right.
Yeah, and that's good.
And to stop, because I'm telling you from basically 20 to 28, that it wasn't no hope for you. Not to be, but you would love it here. You know, that's the problem.
So you're gonna love it
here, but also you're gonna be like, he ain't shit because he won't give me anything real.
You won't give you the intimacy side of it.
He's gonna show up. He's gonna have fun. He's gonna take me here. He's gonna do this. We're gonna take the trip. We're gonna do a lot of fun, great stuff. But when it was like, but I love you, I'd be like, oh, that's wild. Why would you say that?
Why would you love him?
Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you love this version of me?
Yeah,
I get you. I've been there before.
And that's growth. The fact that he's aware of that. That's
right.
Just so much
now,
growth.
yeah, but then what problem? What you talking about?
I had plenty of problems.
Yeah.
All right. Next card, guys.
It's on you.
Oh, I'm not pulling them. I created
You
them.
pulled that one, right? That's right.
Yeah, I did put out.
Why ain't you pulling your card? You know, got you. I got you. The love tour is coming up. I got you.
This for you guys. It's all for y'all.
Ask it, bruh. Let's see what we got.
Go. How important is someone's spiritual beliefs when choosing a life partner? Man, this is probably
that card should have been pulled first.
I think this is very heavy because, like,
I would have pulled that one.
Right.
Because I feel like
very important.
yeah, because your spirit is your essence, and if to make it simple, if you fire and I'm water, they
both serve a purpose, though.
They do, but also together they cancel each other out. So like if I'm good and healed and healthy, and you is toxic and messed up and manipulative, I can try to help you, but I also can't let you corrupt me.
Because you definitely could.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's very important. I feel like it's probably the most important because there's a lot of pretty women, or men if you like men, but there's a lot of pretty people. There's a lot of successful people. There's a lot of, but like it's 1% is probably, and this is a random number, y'all. Don't go do some math, but 1% is probably actually good and receptive and giving at the same time. There's a lot. I feel like that's probably. Actually, most of the time, I don't even care. I ain't gonna say I don't care what she look like, but most of the time.
Oh, we care. We just don't tell you.
We don't care.
To a certain extent.
I like who I like.
Right.
Because I've definitely dated women where men was like, she's super fine. Oh my God. And it's be like, why you with her? And I'll be like, cuz she's dope.
That's not for you. That's not y'all business.
So on a date, when you're on a date with a woman, do you ask her, does she believe in God? Do you ask her?
It depends on the woman. and the guy. I feel like being in that interaction too. Sometimes.
Okay.
Like, if I'm serious about her, yeah, I'm asking. But if it's just like something that you could use before I was Mr. Picky, right?
No, you're Mr. Picky now.
Yeah, before I was Mr. Picky, though, I
Mr.
was just outside.
Mr. Serial
like,
Dater.
Yeah, when I was serial dating and stuff, it was like, all right, you want to go eat? Okay, let's go do that. You know what I'm saying? We talking, but I'm not bringing up, what's your belief system?
That, right, because you don't care.
Yeah,
right.
Okay. Right. I give you that.
I don't even go on dates if I'm so over just dating to be dating.
You gotta get there first, though.
No, as far as like casual, like come on, if you go on a date, go get something to eat. Like it'd be pointless for me because like we only got one life, and I don't want to waste time on nothing.
So you wouldn't go out on a friend date. So if your friend,
I got friends to go on date with.
Right, I'm saying if your friend is not her, you wouldn't. So if either one of us, let's just ask some questions. So even one of us, like we got something going on this weekend, you want to ride with us?
See, y'all friends now,
right?
Of course, but if if I didn't know you and you come to me and say, hey, you want to go on a date? And we start talking, and your goals are not my goals.
I mean, that's understandable, but that's the whole reason for the date or the conversation to begin with. The talking part is to see if we have similar enough goals to see if we should be friends or if we can be more. Because every interaction I have with people, you're either going to be a friend or possibly somebody that can be something more. So that first date is necessary, regardless. Because everybody.
You can tell them these days when you get to a certain age, you just know it ain't gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
True, but at the same, but you know what's funny? I won't even give the energy to even try to figure out if we friends or this at this big age. So, you get a certain age, like, there are some people where we could be in a space and be like, okay, nah, she gonna be annoying.
20-year-old watching this is like, what is they talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could at 20, you could what worth the time?
I
got all the time in the world. I'm 20. I got 100 years to figure out if I will fall in love or not. We really don't.
So we think,
right. A lot of them are still pure in a sense because they haven't experienced a lot of traumas that have framed the 35-year-old and the 40-year-old mindsets when it comes to dating. So a lot of them.
Well, that's because
exactly
that, or the fact that the trauma can be avoided. Like
that part.
It can.
Social media helps a lot of people avoid being in the certain relationships. Mm-hmm. So they're avoiding a lot of things before they can even get the opportunity to deal with it. Like. I joke about this because I just got done watching a comedy and he was talking about it. Like a lot of women now are more open with their own sexuality and exploring themselves, that they're not easily being manipulated by men into thinking that certain physical things should be done in a certain way. So they don't get stuck in these traumatic situations, which allows them to start using their head more than their hearts. So a lot of things that we used to just easily fall for because we didn't know no better. They don't fall for it now.
It's not new. It's not exciting. I've seen this before and I know what you want.
You're right.
So,
it's like,
so to get back to the car question before I forget, because it's on this is a real serious question right here.
For you?
Right? It should be for everybody who's want to be in something serious.
Right.
It is very important to know someone's spiritual beliefs, because if a man, meaning men and women, human being, if a man don't have nothing to answer to, he's a dangerous man.
Ooh, I need a button, Jesus. Amen.
He's a dangerous man because you out here living in this world thinking that there's no consequence for certain things that you do.
Do you know that some of the biggest, most dangerous people actually do believe in a higher being?
They believe in a higher being, but to what certain extent? Or do they even? Because they can believe.
The devil believes in God.
So like, because you have some drug dealers who will go out here every single day and sell drugs to his people, but he pray to God that he makes it home that night. You have some.
That's a what they call that.
We're looking at the whole.
No, I'm just saying in general. So I get it that when you're looking at dating and their spiritual beliefs are very important, to think that an individual doesn't, because at the end of the day, we all kind of believe in something. But that's what I'm saying. That's the real key thing. The question should not be, does their belief structure matter to you? Does their belief structure align with yours?
Right.
And does that matter? Because I'm a very open-minded person when it comes to how I view a person spiritually, because I have some wild takes on things that go over life, but I'm open to hear someone else's beliefs. Like, if this is what you believe and this is how you roll, I'm not going to look down on you because it doesn't, well, I believe this and you're not believing what I believe, and that's wild. If I can learn from you mentally, emotionally, physically and spiritually, I'm already intrigued in you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be a full-blooded Muslim and I grew up Seventh-day Adventist. We don't have the exact same belief structure, but because I can learn your viewpoint, I may be more attracted to you than going with an actual Seventh-day Adventist.
And Tone, you're
And not
more
only that-
open in that regard. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and it got also aligned with your life. You can't
Right.
be a drug dealer and be like, oh, I want to pray only to make it home when you out here being the reason why half the people dying, and then you want to go to heaven after that. So you got to really intake on them as a whole package. Like, what do they do? Why do they believe in it? You know, you got to really pick their brain. That's when the challenges come into place. You know, you're kind of picking when you pick their brain. Right.
Because again, I've not always lived a moral life.
Nobody's
I guess you want to say a
perfect,
good
yeah.
life, right?
So you think I was a moral man? Shit.
You like you've been more all your life.
So I'm living over here. This is my life, my day-to-day life, with my spiritual beliefs over here. At some point, they need to move closer together and then blend. If they don't ever, is that your belief, or is that just what you were taught?
Right.
Because believing in something and consciously pursuing it, and then being like, well, I was raised Christian, or I was raised Muslim, or I was raised Buddhist, or insert your belief here. If I was raised atheist, but then I find myself catching myself praying, is that the right thing to do, or is it where you taught? You know, because there's some people look at religion as indoctrination, and then some people look at spirituality as
next question.
Well, before we go to the next question, I just wanted to reiterate that the question simply is, how important is someone's spiritual beliefs when choosing a life partner? Meaning, how important is it to you? So if that is important to you, then it should be a part of the conversation. If it's not important to you, then it's not important. But if it is, I believe, y'all should be bringing it up out there in the world of dating. All right. That's why we put the question in there.
And don't wait too late.
We wanted to positively impact y'all. There's no like judgment or nothing like that. It's just simply, is it important to you? And if it's not, and if it is, you guys need to have those conversations. You got to have those conversations.
Your turn.
I didn't want you to hand me my question.
I was trying to be nice.
I know. Thank you.
She can't accept help. No.
I was never taught to ask for help.
Masculinity. We don't do toxic masculinity, child.
Oh, now you know. I am far from toxic, okay?
Yes, Lord, yes, you are far from it.
That is why you asked me to be on this show.
Yes.
All right. All right, for men specifically. So apparently it's just for me and you, Johnny. What will it take to put a woman first?
I still want you to answer.
What will it take?
Now, let me add to that question too, because I think we was talking about that. What do it take to put a woman first? And what was the second part to it?
Can I just answer this? Because I got.
Go ahead, because I forgot the second part too. It was good too. It'll come up when we talk.
I just have to want to.
You have to want to.
That's it.
It got to be the person. It got to be that special person, huh?
It really, like, I got to look at her and be like, oh, I want to put her first. That's it. There's nothing else there's nothing she can do. There's no external action.
Or treatment. Actually, it's her aura, it's her essence, it's how she carries herself, it's how she treats you. All of that.
But also, that can all be irrelevant if I don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
You got a point.
Like, if I just don't want, I don't care. She could be
the whole package. And if you don't want to,
yeah. But I'm saying, if I don't want it, I just don't.
And I just got this situation. I don't think
but there are things that make you want to and things that make you don't,
right.
True, for sure. But it's just, even because we're running this all the time, I did everything for him or her. They just didn't choose me. They just gotta want to. Like, I have to prioritize what you are over what I just want. It's really, I don't know, maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but really, if I ain't with it, I ain't with it. That's really all it comes down to. If I want to, I want to. If I don't, I don't.
Now, would you still be in that? Okay, so if that's the type of woman she is and that's what she's looking for, would you still hold her?
No,
would you still be in that? Okay, so you wouldn't be unfair and just still be there because you don't want to.
Yeah, no,
would you let it go?
I wouldn't even let it get to. I wouldn't even go there.
Okay.
Like for me now,
Back then, you probably
Like,
would. Yeah.
It's just, you smile at me.
What's your sign?
You know, like, yeah, but
What's your sign, Johnny?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't see everybody.
That's terrible that you judge that man completely by what month.
No, I didn't. There's no judgment. There's no judgment.
You that bro, right there just
and it's not law. Zodiac signs are not law to me. I've just noticed, a lot of similarities between certain signs. So, Leos are, great leaders and a lot of other things. Can be very loyal. Can be.
Yeah.
So you don't even matter about that. Whoever the person is, that's what the person is.
Yeah,
so what if
they lie, they lie, regardless of the sign. I believe that, like you said, if a man, no matter what type of woman you are, if he's just not ready, he not ready. I ain't feel like he wasn't putting me first. I just feel like he still want to live a certain life. So I remove myself so you can do that. I'm that type of person, like, live your life. Don't feel like you got to force this because you're going to mess it up.
So basically, y'all are saying it doesn't matter nothing when it comes to the woman. It's all about his position in his life, what he's ready for.
For that
whether he's ready.
Because normally women be ready.
You came as a wife, right? You came as a wife.
Women be ready. We be ready.
Be a husband.
No, y'all don't.
Nothing you can do.
No, I'm just saying a real woman. As far as like, I ain't talking about them out there. A real woman.
I'm not. I don't speak on her. I don't date
I'm talking about a certain umbrella.
I have a certain type. I stay within my certain type.
Right. So under this certain umbrella, certain women are already prepared, kind of ready. Like, like we say, we dating for a purpose. So we coming in and automatically knowing this is what we want.
Right.
And men do it too.
Yeah. Right. But if they don't, if we see that that's not the life, you can say that's what you want. But if you're not precipitating that, if you're not showing that, everything else really don't matter.
Yes.
Right. That's like, I'm pretty sure there's many men who was approached.
Because you can say, I'm putting you first. I'm putting you first. But when your friend call and we got things to do, but they call, can you come on, bro? And you get up and run every time. No.
Okay.
You ain't ready.
So.
Yeah, you're supposed to answer.
Well, yeah, I didn't get to the answer.
Dr. Tone.
First of all, I'm not a doctor. Don't put that on my jacket.
It's coming.
All right. I'm something like a therapist, though. But
yes, you are.
Thing about me, and you kind of already know this too. I already put them first to begin with. If I'm giving you my time,
let's go, Tom. Let's go, Tom.
It is, and I say this because it's you. It's up to you to lose that position. Just like because if I've sat down and I've said to myself, this is the woman I want, this is who I'm pursuing, this is who I'm putting my time and effort into, I've already chose to put you first. Only you can knock yourself out that position. Only you can make me not give a care. I'm a Sagittarius, and that's the thing about me. It's not hard for us to switch it off, but only you can make me switch it off. And it can be by the actions, your words, your behaviors, things that you do, not appreciating certain things. Only you can knock yourself out of first position.
Once it's off, it ain't coming back on.
All right. Well, let me rewind that. My kids will always take first place, hands down. Never going to be an argument on that. But she should already know that too. So,
especially if she got kids, they should number one. They should that.
So not even taking that off the table. Because I know that there are people that'll be in my life, they'll be like, but what about your kids? Like, no, let's take that out the equation, first of all. If it's on the whole level of once the kids are good and everything is laid out, whoever the woman is, if I put you in that position where you are my person, only you can knock yourself out that position. Now, we can go as slow as need be, or we can get married tomorrow. Whatever the case may be, is you're the only person who can determine what direction we go in that. Because once I check out, you're not getting that space back. Don't get it twisted. There may be 5 or 6 other in reserve that I can go to. But at that moment, when I've made you that person, nobody else matters around me. Nobody else gets that space. Nobody else gets those amenities that come with being my person. And nobody can knock that off. My boys can call me, and if we already have plans, well, hey, bro, I can't do that tonight. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Or I've already made it plans that this day, this is our date day. And unless something's wrong with the kids, then date day is always date day. There's no change in that. Only you, the minute you be like, well, I want to go to the movies with, okay, you already not my person no more. You literally just that simple.
Go ahead. Can I comment?
Yes, you can. I'm done.
I just want to say really quick for the ladies, when you encounter a man that's in that position and has that mindset as a king to put you first, don't take it for granted. Okay, they are not what they be calling them out here, simps.
And all that.
Yeah,
Right.
they're not those things. Okay, and if you can't appreciate it, you know,
Let it go.
just
Leave it alone.
just
Don't
understand
damage
it's going to be given to someone else. It's
Mhm.
going to be given to someone
You gotta
else.
at the
nurture
same-
and cultivate.
you.
Don't.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I say a lot. Sometimes these women mess up our good men, and if you're a man that's kind of been taken advantage of, being in that position, don't allow that to dim your light. Don't allow that to change who you are.
Right.
You're going
Don't
to
be
attract
bitter, bro.
you're going to attract the right
Those
person
bitter
at the
men.
right time.
At the right time.
Yeah,
And
you
what they're
know.
going to be saying, a man putting a woman first. A woman also got to put a man first.
That part.
Because when
Reciprocate.
anybody who
Yes.
got into my circle, when we
Yes.
dated, you was already first.
What is she?
You know my
pouring?
kids coming. They ain't no question asked about them. They
Yeah.
already
Oh,
know how
if
I
you
am
meet
about
my
kids.
kids, you
They're adorable.
My kid actually
Yeah,
protected.
you
They're
had
all adorable.
you got lucky if you met my kids. I have
That's
friends
what
that
I
have
mean.
not met my kids yet.
See, I have a different perspective. I don't have children, right? So, I always in my head, it's always been the union comes first.
Yeah,
Period.
and that's what I believe. But go ahead.
So the union is
Oh
the
no.
pinnacle. Period. And then come the pieces of it. So it's the union that is me choosing her choosing me, and then we choose them.
And the reason why I believe that is God first, the couple, and then the children is because y'all should be working together to make sure they good. But if y'all are individually making sure they good, that could
They can hinder the
hinder
union.
y'all.
The union.
Yeah,
Because
if
it's like,
y'all good,
I'm
they're
trying.
going to be
Mhm.
Keep
good.
letting you know.
Mhm.
If y'all good, they gonna be good. But also, what kind of dictates that is the level of relationship that y'all are at. If you're just in the dating phase, of course, the kids come first. We ain't
Right.
Yeah,
there.
because I ain't
Right.
trying to
Right.
cook or I ain't
Yeah, but you
So we got to make sure we are good in order to make a good household.
exactly.
because if we got turmoil, the kids.
And they
Yes.
feel it. The
Oh, kids know more than we
Because
give
our
them credit
date night
for.
might
Divorce
come
though?
before your football
Mhm.
game, or
You
we
said
can
what?
turn. I said the date night might come before their football game, or we can turn the football game into a date night. You know what I'm
I want to
saying?
go to the football.
Shit.
I
But you
know
see
when
what
it
I'm
when it when it
saying.
comes
I'ma
to
act-
when
I'ma
it comes
act
to
up.
two individuals, you always got to make that time to make sure you guys are communicating.
Y'all gotta be good.
You got to make sure that you are dating still, even if you made it official or get married, still date.
Oh, I'm a
each
sucker. I ain't gonna lie. I
Still
can't.
date each
I
other.
want to. Go ahead.
Okay, so the next question is, you and your friend like the same person. Who gets to pursue? So let me answer that real quick, right?
Are we both single?
Yeah. Say me and LeChelle single.
Hold on, you gotta understand. Some
Me and
people.
LeChelle
That's a
single.
valid question.
It's a guy that we probably had already seen before we knew the guy.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I might have been flirting a little bit with this guy
Right.
before I knew she knew him. Then when she saw him, she might have been
And
flirting a
I'm
little bit. So
flirting.
now we see him in the same space.
I gave him a shoulder.
Right. And now we're in the same space and we like, oh wow, that was the guy I was talking about. Me too. My thing to that, right? I don't ever compete. And
Amen.
if
Amen.
my friend wants
sister.
something, go for it.
Amen.
I'm not going I move out the way.
Right.
Now if it was meant for me, it'll come to me. What's meant for me is mine.
See,
Nobody else. So
That's definitely a woman's perspective because the man, I already know, is best man. The best man wins.
And see,
Yeah.
I was gonna.
So like,
some women
You
do
see
that.
how we didn't say nothing?
But the women do that too, though. You'll be
Oh, do they?
surprised. Like women are way more cutthroat than the men these days.
and
Well-
we're not real friends if they on that.
Well, no, not.
for the women.
Well,
But
not
men,
really, because
y'all have
I
different- y'all have a different.
no, and then the reason I have sisters. That's the only reason why I say not really. I've seen y'all as women, even though you might like them, y'all will look at where y'all headspaces are in that moment. If you know that she likes him, but she overdue for a good man, and you just out here having a good time, you'll probably fall back. Because if she likes him, she due for a good person. So y'all will take each other's person in consideration, even though you might be like, well, she likes him, I'm not going to talk to him. Without you talk to him, she'd be like, well, she like him, I'm not going to talk to him. No, they'll look at the situation and talk about it. Some will actually be like, well, he did this when we went out last time. Oh, well, he did this when we went out. Like, well, it looks like he likes you more than he likes me, girl. All right, cool. I'm gonna leave it
Let me
be.
give
Ain't
you an
even- ain't even
example.
serious.
I went on a first date with
Ain't
someone a
even
long
serious.
time ago. What did I do, Mickey? I sent a picture to a
Mhm.
group chat. Okay.
knows him?
Who
You know him.
Y'all do that anyway. Y'all got to do that.
You got to.
That's
So
normal.
My thing is though,
if
I don't
should
even want to
pursue
like
or
the
not.
same person my friend like.
But that's not. But see, that's
Exactly. But
different
men are
because
different for the
no,
majority.
that's different because if you put it in the group chat and one of your girls says,
You
"I
like
knew
them,
him
yes.
from AB," and it
Or
could have
just
been 8 years ago, y'all will immediately take that guy completely off the table.
Absolutely.
Even though that one time they went out
No matter.
wasn't a bad, y'all take them off the table. So sometimes y'all block your own blessing because of the girl code. Men, on the other hand, you'll have a photo, you'll put it in the group chat. It's like, hey, y'all know her. It's like, oh damn, who that dog? She got a nice ass on her. Like, hey, this girl I'm going out with this weekend. It's like, yeah.
Now what?
I nigga,
So you know,
just so you know, nigga, back in high school. And then at that point in time, we be like,
No, it be the same thing because it's
Yeah,
times where me and her had a conversation, but she be like, so I'm like, oh, I dated them before.
Right.
But if that was a long time ago.
And
It's
we're
totally
mature enough that we
right.
can have that conversation.
So, and then
if
it
we
be
wanted
that.
to
It
pursue
don't never be that
Yes.
serious at all. with
We
me.
have that.
It'll
maturity
never be
level
that
we can
serious.
do that. But let me ask a question to you guys.
And she be like, we friends, and
We
we know how
make that
come. We
decision.
just don't want to. We don't want to do that, and we
Exactly.
cool on it because enough out here.
but we
You know
are,
what I'm
but
saying?
as men, we'll look at it as,
guys.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, because us with men, we'll in our single modes, because we're not going to talk about when people got a relationship and they out here having a good time. We talking about in our single mode. In our single mode, we may flirt with multiple different women at one time and not take any of them seriously. So we don't want, and it could be multiple different reasons why we didn't take that person serious, but we don't want our guy to be like, oh, well, damn, Tone talked to her. I don't want to talk to her. Because why I stopped talking to her could be she may have been too good for where my mind was at that time. I may have just been on fuck nigga shit and she wanted a relationship. So my guy who's on a relationship tip now meets the same girl. Like, okay, nigga, this might be what you need.
That's always
So
an
I'm not-
awkward situation. No.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna make a big deal about it, and I'm not gonna sweat it. I might be the one shooting the shots, like, hey, my guy, such and such, yeah, that's my guy. Be careful with him. He didn't have bad. Like, I might slide in and give him a little. I'm a notorious cis man.
Okay, my thing is younger single is different
Yes, the
from
same
being
one you had. Yeah, go ahead, because
younger. What? Oh yes, you got iPhone too. Charging. Younger being single and older being single is two different things.
Yeah.
If you old this age and you out here look the regular iPhone,
like what model?
USB-C or Lightning?
Yeah, the newer one changed cord.
I know.
USB-C.
Are we just waiting for the ladies, or did the guys want something?
No, so
No, I didn't eat yet, so I don't want nothing to drink.
What you say, Johnny?
I'm good. I'm open. See, for me, I said may the best man win because I know that's the default. Just men are just competitive in general. Like, it's just.
Oh, don't get twisted. If neither one of us knows.
Yeah, it's like, if I know, like, if Tone come to me like, hey, if I go to Tone like, hey man, I'm feeling this girl, he gonna give me the rundown. I used to mess with her, or I liked her too, and then we just gonna work that out between us. It's never no.
But will you
sundering.
knowing the level? I guess it depends on the level of relationship that y'all had. The level,
It also depends.
If y'all was kind of deep, and I only say that because as human beings, regardless who we dealt with, we still have emotions for people.
Yeah.
Especially women. We are emotional creatures. Ain't no way going on. So if I loved you before, I still love you, no matter if I want to deal with you.
All right, so I'm probably gonna get kicked out the next Geico meeting and get flagged for this, but
Be careful, sir.
Come on, Steve Harvey.
might get a flag on me. If the sex was good, men are not going to give that woman up, even though he doesn't have access to her anymore.
Right.
So we will literally deter a male friend of ours from pursuing her because we are still physically attached to her.
There you go. And that's why we saying. That's why I know.
But that's not for everybody.
But majority of the time, especially on the man behalf, we know y'all kind of.
We're territorial,
competitive,
but that's where we will tell our friends, bro, that's off limits. Even though we ain't had nothing to do with her in 18 years.
So you can agree.
But we were like,
if he say that and he's serious, I'm gonna be like, all right, let me call that.
Or if it's one of those, hey, bro, when I was telling you about, girl that I used to back in the days, the one that just cheated, yeah, that's her. Then my God knows, because of the emotional attachment to this one, even though y'all might be great, bro, don't do that because you're gonna fuck up our friendship.
And
so what's more important? What's gonna be more important?
Some people don't even know how to keep that real though about that. Be honest.
That's maturity. That's growth.
I know. So if you saying, we put in a group, hey, you know, this guy. Oh, I know him, but we really ain't knowing how I really felt about this man. Now I'm voluntarily risking our friendship, not being honest.
Right.
Because I don't care what nobody say. You, if you dealt with a person and y'all was intimate, or you dealt with a person y'all kind of was about to be in a relationship, you have feelings, regardless how long it's going to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Even if it don't manifest as a big emotional release, you still be like,
you kind of do.
You know,
it's just there. We humans.
It depends. Like I said,
they be mad when they happy together.
Now, if we, I you know, we went on one date. We barely even talked about anything, but he was amazing for you.
That situation.
I'm just saying, period. Okay. And if I went on a date with somebody that just never went nowhere, but he was amazing to her, and I see it. That's 100. Like you need to get. I can check right. But if I had any dealings with him. Regardless,
I don't know because y'all give away y'all bad sex partners in a heartbeat. So
no, because if
he was bad,
one thing about me,
he was bad. But
if you are a dog, you make the sex great. It ain't about what another person do. I'm gonna train to go. I'm gonna train. So it's never no bad sex.
Apparently, she wants us to pull another card.
It ain't no bad sex with me ever.
Who pulled that white one?
I did.
Okay, so yes, on you.
Do you pursue a person who is not on your level spiritually, financially, or mentally?
New card. New card. We all go. We know. We all know. Gonna say no.
No. Honestly, for men, no. Honestly, for men, it's a yes. We still will pursue because at the end of the day, some of those things that are missing on that list, that's something that our union is supposed to help build. Like if she's financially not good. It depends. Are you financially not good because you don't know how to money manage, or you don't have the income? Mm-hmm. Because if we're dating, the norm that is taught that a man is supposed to be the one that provides for the dates and everything. So I'm still could take you on a date. I can still go ahead and do free shit with you. We can still go out and about and date and everything. But during that process, are we having conversations about these things? Are we figuring out ways to help get you out of this jam? If you're not spiritually on the same page, so like if you're one of them people that I don't care that you don't go to church because you church hurt, okay, you church hurt. That's not going to be a deal breaker for me. So you can be church hurt as long as you know that there's more to this world than just these people that walk around here. Right. I can live with that. If you are emotionally hurt, now we might have an issue. Right. Now we might have to start off as friends. Right. Now we got to talk about this because I'm a therapist by nature. So we going to have these conversations and we going to figure out where your hurt came from in one form or another. And are you willing to let go of that hurt? Are you trying to fix that hurt? Or are you just trying to live in that hurt? Now, if you're trying to live in that hurt, we can't do nothing for you because you're not ready to let that hurt go. But if you just happen to be in this moment where the hurt is fresh, the wound is still open, and that's healing, it stings. So that's why you keep bringing it back up. I can get that. I can understand that. Let's go ahead and let's change these bandages because when that's healed, you should be a better person. Then let's see what it looks like on the other side of healed. Now, if on the other side of heal, you good, then we can have that conversation. There is nothing that can't be fixed if that person is not willing to accept that there's a problem. And if you're willing to accept financially that, look, I just got a shopping habit. Let's figure out how ways we can help you still get a few things so you don't feel like your money is going up. But we got to get you out this financial situation. We got to get it under control. Because even if you're not with me, baby girl, on your own, you're not gonna make it. Right.
So you just said, you're basically like a therapist, which I can contest to that. You absolutely are. You're a financial advisor. So both of those things are kind of like fixers. Personal opinion. Do you believe that a man and a woman should both, accept that position of fixing, quote unquote, the other person? Is it more acceptable for the man to be in that position as opposed to the woman?
It should be equal, but I'm gonna be honest with you. More women are fixers than men. More women naturally want to take the potential of what this man is. That's your default.
Our nature.
Right. So your nature.
So I'm okay with that though. If I'm able to create and help heal the person, and then they move on and go to the person, be a better person, it's cool to me. I mean, at first I used to be like, why? Like, why? But then I have to realize maybe I am the person to help heal, help.
You're natural healer.
Right.
And then when I see them with somebody and they doing good, I'll be actually kind of happy. Like,
see, and you're like me. I fix
genuinely
broken
the person.
people.
right.
I've been fixing broken people since I was a kid, so
Me
I
too.
already get it.
Me
It's a
too.
natural thing for me to fix broken people.
So for me, there should be reciprocation, right? If you give a woman, if you give a wife, correction, if you give a wife a house, she's going to make it a home. So yes, there's definitely things that a woman she should be adding value
Right.
to your life. However, I'm 4'11", right? I ain't gonna tell you how much I weigh, but I ain't that big, all right?
About a good
So
115 at the most.
What you say?
About a good 115 at the most.
60.
Oh, see, I tried to be nice.
What'd you about? But
Anyway, that's
Don't be
a
lying
lot,
on this
a
camera.
lot,
now.
of that's on the hip though.
I do not. I don't care if I was 225. I don't want to be in a position to lift up a grown man. That is not my position. I can cover him while he's down, but I cannot walk around
That's on-
with a
that's
grown
on-
man on my
That's the
back.
intimate on them thing. You gotta have,
But-
you gotta be-
But that
and you
I
have to
hear
have
you.
intimate too.
I hear you, but part of creating that union is there are going to be times where I have to lift you up, and there's going to be moments you have to pull me up. There's times where you got to pull me up. If we're trying to climb this ladder and I push you up higher and I can't reach whatever it is to make it to that next level, it's your job to reach down and help pull me up. If I just push you up and get you to where you need to be, and then you just look down and say, nigga, I got up here. Why am I dealing with you? At the end of the day, I get your logic. You feel like I shouldn't have to help get you out, but it's a difference.
But
you
it's
still,
a difference.
it's a
between
difference.
lifting
So
and being
if
a
you
burden.
are right,
And holding it on.
right, if
'cause
you're
I gotta keep lifting you, as
like,
you
if I
lift,
gotta
right?
keep getting you
falling.
out these
Right,
jams,
right.
and there's no moments where you're getting yourself up or you're helping yourself up, then yeah, I can understand that. If every time I fall and I get into a situation, the first thing I do is I pick up the phone. Hey, Shell, can you help me out with this? Then there's no growth there. But if I say to myself, let me try to get this taken care of first before I let Shell knows what's going on, then that's different. Because that means you're trying to figure it out and you're trying to help me. So that means that when I finally came to you, it's because you're my last resort, not my only option. There's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of people out here that the minute they get into a situation, hey, can you go ahead and loan me $80? First of all, you still owe me $160 from last time, so no, I'm not
And
loaning.
we ain't married, so I need that
Right.
back.
And even when you're married, it shouldn't even be a loan. It should
not be no
they
loan.
shouldn't you shouldn't need to
Especially
ask
when we together.
if
you
we're
know?
together and we're on the same page and we are working towards something. If there's something that you need to get and your personal account doesn't have it and you're asking me for it, then I shouldn't have no issue with giving it to you, because I believe in 3 accounts. I'm a 3-account person, 2 personals and 1 joint, because I got things I like to do and you got things you like to do, and then there's the bills. The bill money should always be the bill money, but what I do with my money is my business. What you do with your money is your business, but don't do nothing ignorant with it. That's all I ask.
I want to do some ignorant stuff though.
Yeah,
I might want to buy a go-kart.
But that's different. I don't want to buy no go-kart.
If you want to buy a go-kart, go for it. You know what
How
I'm
you
saying?
know it wasn't for a kid? I got nieces and nephews.
You know what? Men ignorant is when I mean don't do nothing ignorant. Don't be gonna spend no money on them
Just
hoes.
don't buy no female no go-kart.
Don't be spending no money on them hoes.
All right, so for me, I'm just gonna give a simple answer for this. Spiritually, super important. If you're not on my level, you have to be at least willing to get there. And if I ain't on yours, help me get there.
Amen.
Because I struggle spiritually sometimes. Financially, I don't care. Like, I don't care where the
Nigga,
money
you bet
sits.
that's what you need to care about the most.
No, because I can fix that.
Mr. Pick.
You think you can.
No, I know I can.
No, because here's the reason why I say that. If you deal with a woman who is a shopper
I have.
and she finds out that you are financially stable, she becomes more of a shopper. Even if it's not your money,
Depends on her character, who she is.
Yeah,
She
'cause
is a
shoppers-
woman that's gonna take advantage of it,
shoppers
or
gonna
a wife
shop.
is always gonna add value. y'all.
'Cause this my
shoppers
That's it,
gonna
that's all.
shop, baby.
Put
That's
people
true.
in the positions in your life that they're supposed to be in.
This
When
is
they
my
show
thing
you, believe
because
them.
the reason I don't care about finances is because this is my profession. I do this all day, every day, and I've seen it set fires.
Matter of fact, I need to send you $1,000 so you can invest it for me.
But
Me
like,
too.
but the thing is, why I don't care about the financial part is just because money comes and goes, it ebbs and flows. So there is going to be times where you just got an abundance. There's going to be times where it's like, all right, now we got to eat ramen noodles for a week. Now, what the problem is, it bet not keep that.
Right.
And I can fix that. Usually, there's habits to fix. There's things. Now, if you're unwilling to learn, and unwilling to change,
which should
I
be
can't do it.
I give you that.
Hey,
I give you that.
Like, you keep saying, "Oh, I wish I knew it. I need help." And it's like, okay, here go how you do it. Here go to help. And you're like, I don't want that. Then that's a problem. All right, mentally, no, bro. Because your mind ain't right. I just don't want nothing to do with you anyway. Physically, we can work on some stuff. If you a little, you can't. The only thing you can't fix on somebody is height.
Actually, you can't.
I'm just saying, like
you can't.
It
costs a little money.
Skinny feeder. She eating too much. Eat healthier.
Ooh, I grab two.
Just go on a walk. All that kind of, the physical thing. But I know physically overripe for a lot of men because she fine enough, they don't care about nothing.
This one is a show within itself. All right, I'm gonna try not to go too in depth in this one.
Like a book.
Is it your partner's job to teach you how to treat them, or should you already know before entering the relationship?
I just said
We just touched on that. It's
train people how to treat you.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. They shouldn't, and I think that's the mistake a lot of
I
people
think they
make.
should have that mentality to be able to get ready to want to treat a person accordingly, But
do the right thing.
Right.
It's
golden rule, right?
Teach. It's all every situation is a teachable situation. The way I date LeChelle would not be the same way I would date Mikki, because your life experience is different than her life experiences. Even with twin sisters, I could date two different sisters. Don't judge me, but I could date two different sisters, and the way I treat one sister would be different than the way I treat the other sister. And it has nothing to do with I care about her more than I care about the other. It's just simply what they need from me is not the same. Why they need me is the same. So you got to teach me what you need from me, just like I need to teach you what I need from you. Also, when I meet you in my life could change. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I truly believe in teach. Teach me. Just like the same way in the bedroom.
In the bedroom. That's
right.
What I'm saying. Ain't no such thing as bad sex. If the sex is bad because you're not in it. You're not willing to,
or you're not willing to learn that person.
Because you can make whatever you want great. You got the power. We got that power to make anything how we want to live, who we want to live it with, how we want to be in the bedroom. We got that power.
Right. So teach me, goddamn.
So one thing, real quick. One thing I've always said, for me personally, is that I do not want to have to teach a man how to treat me. I'm attracted to a man that knows how to treat a woman. I used to be in a relationship with someone, and they would often make a mistake and then say, I don't know how to be in a relationship. My personal opinion at that time was, then you shouldn't be in one. Now,
but how?
No. So
I give it to you at that time.
I believe in teaching a person your likes, your dislikes. But I shouldn't have to teach you to open the door for me. I shouldn't have to teach you to honor me. I shouldn't have to teach you to respect me. There's just certain things, certain core values that I don't believe I should have to teach you. However, me at this big old age that I'm at right now, I do believe communication is absolutely key. And
with comprehension,
a lot of times people don't know something because they never had necessarily that experience, or
we never required
that part, and they see life based on all of the relationships that they've had in the past. So I've encountered that, kind of recently as well. He's attempting to treat me a certain way. Somebody I went on a date with, Lord, because he's treating
you gonna stop knocking
those
dates.
Women. I'm dating. It's still single, but he's treated. There we go. He's treated women
sliding
like
their DMs,
in the
gentlemen.
past.
May the best man win.
So I had to be understanding. I had to communicate with them. Hey, I know you like to probably play fight, with these other women in the past. I know you're a little aggressive or whatever with other women, but I don't like that. I don't like that.
But that's the teaching part.
Exactly.
That's the teaching. I don't know that you don't. Right.
I do believe in communicating your likes and dislikes
with comprehension.
But there are certain things, y'all. There's certain things that you should not have to teach. My personal,
my
personal.
So the personal respect in your, so certain things like the moralities of
Chivalry
things,
is
yes,
big.
you
Yeah.
should already know that. But there are some things that you do have to remind men that is important to you. Like
Yes.
I joke about the door opening situation because there's all of a sudden out the clear blue so many women recently who want men to open doors for them,
I just do that.
and but you do. But there are some men that's never been a thing.
True.
There's some things where a lot of women are already out the car door into the building sitting down. There are some women who, when a man tries to do those things for them, they like, nigga, what you doing? Like, what is this?
I'm
So
just trying to get gas
right, you know,
I disagree with a person who
there's some women that
literally,
don't like that.
I'm
Yeah.
walking, he hurry up and rushes to open the door, and he said this out of his mouth, like, I never used to open the door, but he knew the type of woman I was.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So
and
you
he
have
like,
to teach.
okay, you a different type of woman. I know this is how I should be treating you.
But that's
I
what
already given requirements.
that's what I'm saying. But that's the teaching part. You
Right.
gave him. If I did not know
But I
what the
didn't tell him to
requirement,
open the door though.
but
he
your
just
behavior,
knew.
your behavior shows.
Right.
There's a way. There's a way a person carries themselves that
Mhm.
will let
With
a good man
signal
that let a man know there's
right.
are certain things that need to be added onto it. Like I'll give you a prime example. I'm not a flower buyer.
Right.
I don't like buying them because that's $40-$50 down the drain for no reason. Because in a couple of weeks or two, they may be dead. Some people don't know how to take care of a plant. You got, and even then, you got to do homework on what kind of plants you bought and how the proper way to take care of it. So that's
So you got to think about a lot of things in life,
right?
Because you do mean something. You take that back because we are flower people.
Yeah.
And
this is why that's why I bring it up.
It means something. So paying $50 for flowers and also paying $50 for something, getting something to eat is the same thing.
But to some people, it's different. The flowers signify something different to them.
Right.
So by buying them flowers and having flowers sent to their job can change their whole week.
Yeah,
and just the simple fact they got that.
Yeah.
So the simple fact of doing, and that was something I didn't do before because I, in my life growing up, I only seen men present flowers when they fucked up.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
See, that's understanding.
So to me, I don't buy flowers. Not one, because they die, and that's a waste of money. But two, it's usually always signified. Okay, I didn't do nothing wrong. But when he came in the house with these flowers for her, all of a sudden, this shitty ass mood that she just had changed. He did something wrong. That's why he buying the flowers to say I'm wrong, not buying them as a, you know what? I was at work today. I decided to buy you flowers to have them sent to work.
Let's change that dynamic because you know what though?
No, I buy flowers now. But you got to be that person.
That leaves an oppression on us.
I don't just do it for anybody. You have to be my person to do that.
That flower who gonna live only for a week gonna live within us forever.
Right.
But at the same time, the expectations that you expect flowers. So now I got to.
It's always different aspect in people's lives, and you got to understand.
$200 a month on flowers is wild.
You got to communicate. So me and the person who I was dating, we talked about a lot of stuff. Right.
You might be right.
So
it's still wild.
This is my take on stuff like this. If I do it, it is not appreciated. I'm not doing it again.
That.
Mm-hmm.
That.
There you go. Then you know what type of person you're dealing with.
Flowers, and she like, why you get? Don't ever expect flowers from me again. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So like, and I think that's the, because I've been called corny for sending flowers to. I sent flowers to a girl job
by the woman.
Yeah, she was like, "Why would you do that? That was
oh no, she should have been gone. Period.
Right. Oh yeah, well, I was like, yeah, all right, like, but you know, I didn't know, so I thought about it. I was like, I should send some flowers to her. So I think she'll like that, and I did it. And then she literally texted me, "Why would you do that? That was embarrassing."
Wow.
And I was like, okay.
Never again.
Yeah. She was like, "Why you not replying to my text?"
Like that, she eliminated herself.
Exactly.
There you go. What he say? Once you take yourself off that pedestal, is a wrap.
Yeah. So you know, it's been. I always hold doors.
I forgot I had a card.
I always hold doors because that's just my grandma.
Because we got to talk about flowers, and you lit up like a Christmas tree.
Like I really believe
because you overdue for some flowers.
Right.
You should touch
you know what?
And we give each other flowers.
We give each other flowers. I've been thinking about that too.
I get my daughter flowers.
Yes,
my mom flowers. My friends
but
flowers.
That's good because
man.
Y'all teaching her.
Yeah.
You teach her though.
Right.
She deserves flowers.
Absolutely.
But
so right.
All right. Let's go to your question.
So the new question is:
someone that appreciates them.
If you become less attracted to a partner in a relationship, how would you handle that? My thing, right?
Is the physical?
I don't think it would be about what attraction. My thing is though, if that's your life partner,
You beautiful forever, baby.
You always find ways to keep each other lifted, keep each other up. If a partner decides to allow themselves to go down, down, down because that's what they choose to, they starting to get comfortable.
Right.
But if it was accidentally, like he work all the time, he just ain't got time to go get his hair cut, or he work all the time, he don't wear his normal clothes, so he have his work, uniform. The people get unattractive for stuff like that, and it don't make no sense. I'm a real woman. It ain't nothing that can really be unattractive to me because we always gonna progress in life every day. We're gonna try to make it work every day. But if it happens, I would just find ways so we can get back on. Like, ain't no such thing as being unattractive. It's the person who I choose to be with forever.
The only way a woman can become unattractive to me, if I already found her attractive to begin with, is if your attitude and your emotions change.
Right.
Because gain a little weight, lose a little weight,
all that other stuff.
I'm a grab.
I'm grabbing.
Look, I'm grabbing regardless. You got stripe marks, baby. You my zebra cake now. I don't get no damn. Let's go.
Come here, oatmeal cream pie.
These days, and you wouldn't believe it, is man up there who still look for physical attraction. Like her stomach got to be flat, her booty got to be big. She got to wear wigs. Cool. She got to have. I purposely do everything.
But they do that for social representation.
Right. But I purposely do the opposite of everything. Because if that's what you like, I don't want you. You going for after that. I want the person who not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get my nails done all the time. I wear my real hair. I don't wear makeup. Like cause them the things you like. Cause I could do it, but then I'll be attracting the person that I don't want. A lot of them people too. It'd be a lot of them. You be like, you don't know how to picture it out. It's too much.
Yeah, because we've all fallen. Every man that's fallen for the pretty package.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we look with our eyes and we be like, I want that because that's good to me. But like, then you grow up a little bit. You be like, because I like again, I've dated women. It's like, man, she's super fine. How you let that go? Because she was trash. She wasn't funny. She didn't. I couldn't carry a conversation with her.
Man.
She wasn't fun to be around.
She was just pretty.
And then, just pretty, right? And
if you can't hold a conversation with a man who owns a podcast and network, you have no purpose to me.
No. Like, I ain't got no podcast.
It's
but
not
I
even
act
about
like
the network. If you can't hold, like, people don't think about it. Like, if we can't have a conversation, even if it's about random BS, like, then I can't.
Aliens exist.
Like
anything.
They do.
It's so much stuff to talk about, but life, period. You always gotta. We learn every day. If you stop learning, meaning, you dead. Like you're right. Like if you don't use it, you lose it.
So
you're not living if you're not learning.
You're not living if you're not learning. There you go.
My personal opinion, real quick, and Mikki actually touched on this too. For me and Mikki, you're the same way. We want to stay in shape. If our partners was attracted to us a certain way, we do want to keep ourselves up. I do believe in that. However, people might have 5 kids. He might, like you said, go to work, might be a truck driver, might be sitting down all day. So you work together to build each other up in that area. Fitness is important to me. So I do want to date a person that is not, he can be. I used to have a crush on Rick Ross. So it's not about.
Wow. I did too. He look kind of weird now, but
but it's more so, it's not that you have to have a 6-pack necessarily. It's that I want my husband to be here for a long time.
Be active.
So I right away, those are one of the things that I look at. Are you going to go on walks with me? Are you going to go to the gym with me? You know what I'm saying? I don't have my 6-pack yet. Lord, I've been going after it for a long time. But
for real.
The same time,
go get on the table like everybody else.
Walk with me.
Got a 2-pack.
I want to make sure, looking in the mirror, that I keep myself up as well. So although we, so that is something that, while y'all are out here dating, you might want to ask that question or just look at that in its entirety. Does that person work out? Are they,
That's true, because I tell
some people get comfortable and you get with someone and if she done gained 100 pounds and
I'm still gonna love her, but we got it. But again, I want you to be here, baby.
Right, but she's also in a sense taking you for granted if she's gotten so comfortable that she's doing that. And to me that also kind of is a lack of self-love and a self-esteem for themselves.
It's usually weight gain is like, it's not even just I'm lazy is depression, anxiety.
Next question.
And not just weight gain.
I'm
Like,
talking about that specifically. Like,
right.
but like, you know, again, I'm still gonna love you, but I want you here.
right.
This
I
says
want
you're
you
gonna
healthy.
die early,
Yes.
so let's not do that.
Yes.
As a man,
That's what
we
I
are not
care
going to
about.
talk about a woman's looks because the world will attack us. So next question, please.
No, I'm saying, but
No, I'm
even
saying
not
it's
even looks, but
real.
like even if her, but again, usually that's where weight gain is.
Tread
And
lightly.
that's also gonna lead into her being short tempered,
Exactly.
and negative, and that kind of stuff. So you want to say, let's get it together.
But if you exactly,
You know what I'm
together is the key word,
Together,
because if you
let's
care
get
about
together.
those things, then yes, you're going to pour into her. You're gonna
What's going
encourage
on?
her.
What's
You're gonna
happening?
encourage her. You're gonna go with her.
Quit
But
that
yes,
job because they clearly getting on your nerves.
because that's
Like,
a lot. That's where a lot of this cheating. Let's just be real, y'all. I ain't got time. That's where a lot of this cheating is coming from.
Yeah.
A lot of the cheating is coming from because one partner kind of let something
stop
go.
listening
They
and,
stop caring in the relationship, and you have to pour into your relationship good things in every area, physically, mentally, all of that.
Okay. This
This
needs to be
nice here. I said,
And there's still no excuse for the cheating.
This needs to be the last question
but it's the reality.
because we are at the 2-hour mark.
Okay. All right, this is a good question. All right, how important is sexual intimacy in the dating stage? Name negative and or positive impact.
Why
Good question.
Why'd that have to be the last question?
Mm-hmm.
You said sexual. You said sexual intimacy.
Yes.
Man,
Those are two different things.
No, I'm specifically saying sexual intimacy, not just
Man,
intimacy.
so listen.
In the dating phase,
Like, you can just be hugging and kissing. That could be
Yeah, but my drive,
sexual, like being penetrated.
yeah, my drive is high. So
I don't know.
So let me read that question
the
again.
thing-
but that's why I had
Let
to
me
say
read
the
question.
intimacy
I'm going to
part.
repeat the question again
How
so y'all
important
understand it.
Right.
How important is sexual intimacy in the dating stage? Name negative or positive impacts.
So basically, well, let me go
Which
first real quick.
of course, I don't believe that we should be.
I feel like
being
you should wait a
intimate
little bit, right? I feel like
in
you
the
should wait a
dating
little bit
stage.
because that could create lust.
There we
you
go.
know,
can.
Yeah.
And then you'll
That's
get
why-
blind.
that's
You'll
why-
get blindsided. Now you love me.
That's why I had to ask you what your thought process was.
Right.
In the
And it
dating
causes your-
phase.
Does it cause your thinking as a man? Exactly.
It clogs all the time.
It
Yeah.
clogs everybody thinking. We're not just going to
We
put
know
it
that.
on men.
So don't do it.
It's
Men
some-
and women,
it's
because you
some
get
right.
once you get your body up, you get emotionally, you get physically and emotionally attached.
Like it affects both of
Yes.
y'all.
And now y'all go together.
Right.
No, because see, that's not the case for a lot of men. I can have. Personally, I know
It
for a fact.
it depends. It also depends on who the one. For men, it depends on who the women is, because sometimes we just use y'all to masturbate. In so many words, we just
Don't. And do you hear what they're saying? Are you a rag doll, ladies? You don't need, if this man hasn't committed himself to you, on the level that you deem you need to be committed to, whether it's marriage or a relationship, you probably shouldn't be giving your body to
But
this
here's
man.
the thing: a lot of times,
a
lot of times, the ones
that's why they cheat too.
A lot of times, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the ones who we just use to masturbate with are usually the ones that presented sex first. A lot of times,
which is why
sometimes the woman,
majority
of the time, the man tries to present it in a so many ways.
Not everybody, because
not everybody,
because,
but that be the whole motive.
Take it out
remember,
the equation,
remember, it's a dating phase.
Take it out the equation, it will change.
It's the dating phase, so it's the phase where we're trying to just. It's the phase where we're trying to get to know you. If you are a real man, like if you are a real dude who's trying to get to know this woman better because he's looking at a potential mating you, a lot of times we're not quick to rush sex conversations because we know the minute that we start talking about sex to y'all don't want to talk to us no more. So we're not going to push the narrative of wanting to jump into bed with y'all right away because we don't want to ruin the potential. That's what I'm saying. Right. If we are truly pursuing you. Now, if you just somebody I met at the gas station and you had a nice fat ass and I'm trying to see and get to know you better, 9 times out of 10, sex was already on the mind to begin with. Right. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, she may say we may insinuate it around the table, but it's also at that point is y'all discretion of whether or not you want to entertain it.
But I think that's a good conversation to be brought up too. I think that's something you need. Everything need to be laid
Set
on the
that
table and talk.
expectation.
Right.
But you as women, y'all are the ones who have to present that conversation first.
Right.
Because
Because
no, here's
we
the
do.
no,
we
you do.
because
are,
we get
but
turned off. If a man start talking about sex, we gonna automatically
You
think
get
that's what
turned
they
off
want.
because
We
you think that's
that
what we
she
want.
Right.
Even though we just
We
maybe
gotta
want
present
to
that
know
first. Certain stuff we
more.
gotta present first.
You're
But
saying
but
if
to
talk
you
pres-
want
about
to
it.
engage.
Right.
Right.
Saying,
So talking about
I
it
was
on a
saying
date.
more so that the discussion needs to be had.
Yeah.
As
But the
far as
woman still
Well, we
needs.
gotta present it.
But the
though.
women still have to present it.
Yeah, well, some of my male friends are celibate. Okay, so they actually present it to the table because there are males
They make
that I know are also
right, but
He
see,
might,
that's
he might
different.
be comfortable
But
with that woman though. He
presenting
must know
he's
that woman
celibate
not. Right.
is completely different in asking the questions. Like, so, how important is sex to you? If I said, like, if me and Mikki went on a date and I bring that up to her we're on a date and I say, well, how important is sex to you? I guarantee you she's going to behave completely different for the rest of the date. Because she's going to think for the rest of the day that it's just me only wanting to crack her like a taco. But whereas if she asks me the question, it's different. I can answer it respectfully and give her an answer, but I'm not going to think that, okay, now she wants some. She may just want to know something.
Someone said, what if you wait and then it's trash? But I just want to answer this real quick, right? Sex can never be trash.
That goes back to what you said
gotta
earlier.
train. You gotta train.
It
It's about training, guys. Sex first off.
Hold on,
We got to worry about how this man gonna love you. Talking about trash,
Yes,
now you got to worry about that last.
We look for the physicality. We look for the end game. A lot of people who think sex is trash looks for the orgasm, not the experience.
You gotta get it yourself. You gotta know how to train.
So I gotta say a couple things. So sexual intimacy, I am a master level compartmentalizer person. So I know that I'm capable of having sex and having zero emotional attachment to this person. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I just know that it's something I'm capable of.
I can't do that no more. I used
But
to.
yeah, now it's different now. I'm just saying I just know that I can't do it because I've done it.
My celibacy
also-
journey makes it impossible for me now.
Thank you, Tom. High five in the air.
But also
High five in the air.
I have a very high sex drive, but I also have really good self-control.
Right.
So I know that even if I want to, I know that's not all I want from you.
All right.
So I'm not gonna be like, so when you trying to get down? That's usually it's like I got a 5-date rule with myself personally. Like I don't even want to have sex with you unless I wanted to see you 5
dates.
And then the other question she
5
said
dates.
was, or you find out that you're not sexually attracted. My thing is though,
But why'd
if I'm attracted to you mentally, you already got me sexually. Like it's already
That is true.
wet down there. You know what I'm saying?
You made the
So
connection.
there's no way. There's no way. There's no way that you was physically attracted to him and he made it to the bedroom without you being attracted to him at all.
That's because people's intentions are different.
Right. So if that's your intention, you can't go in there thinking that like I hope it tastes good.
Because you want stability checked off, but you don't want it. You don't have intimacy checked off. So if you feel like that they covered all the aspects of you being stable and you feeling safe, you were never attracted to that person to begin with because intimacy should have been happening somewhere in between there. And I don't mean just sexually, like all their signs of intimacy should have gotten you to the point where this man or woman is who I want to be intimate with, or you just wouldn't want to waste their time. But we need to wrap this up because
so again, we're going to hold on one second, guys. We're just going to extract the main part of that last question, which is, of course, two people should be together that are equally yoked. Y'all should be having these conversations. How important is sexual intimacy to you? If you are someone that's more so looking, you got to listen to what these men be saying, y'all,
and pay attention to actions.
Yes, but especially what they just said to y'all. Okay. If you are someone that really wants to be in a long-term relationship, you want your spouse, you want to be married, all those good things, don't lead with sex. And I don't care if you did 10 years ago. I care if you did 5 years ago or a month ago. You can change it at any time you want. You can protect yourself at any time you want. And if you want something serious, do not think that sexual intimacy is going to change that man's mind or make him want to be in a relationship with you. It does not. You're putting yourself in jeopardy. So I love these conversations. I appreciate that we're teaching the lessons that we've learned in life. Lord knows I've learned it myself. And I'm so thankful that I had y'all on to help teach these messages. I have so much respect for Mikki. I see her behind the scenes more than people know. I've seen her heart. I've seen her help people. I've seen her cover people, myself included. And I just want to say I love you and thank you for coming on the podcast. Johnny
Anytime,
boy,
I'll be back.
I'll watch you from a distance. You don't even be knowing.
Please don't.
I don't know. You be popping up on my screen a lot of times, and I see how you move. But one thing I know, one thing I've seen is that you're genuinely a good man. I've seen that, and
I'm all right.
honestly, I personally just want what the best possible woman for you. That's what I want. I want, and that's why I call him Mr. Picky now, because I want him to be picky about the women that he date going forward. Amen. So y'all, thank you for Tone for coming on the show and giving us all the knowledge and the wisdom that he always gives. I want to thank y'all for listening to the Shine Your Light podcast. And y'all, we didn't finish all the questions, so we're gonna do a segment 2. We're gonna do a part 2 of this segment. And yeah, this is great. Did y'all enjoy it?
I enjoyed it a lot.
I enjoyed it as
really
well.
I will be back for the part 2 with more questions.
Yes, and I hope y'all enjoyed it too. Thank you for being a part of the Shine Your Light podcast. Thank you for tuning in. See y'all.
Bye.